I want to show you how I force eBay's algorithm to constantly push my items higher in the search results, which gives me consistent sales on eBay, creating multiple green waves of sales when I sell series of very similar items in a short periods of time. Channel. If you're new here, I'm Polish Pete, eBay reseller based in UK. I buy cheap ladies clothing in bulk and I sell them individually on eBay for profit. I'm also an unpaid carer for an elderly and disabled person who lives abroad. Today, I would like to show you what do I do to force eBay's algorithm to constantly push my listings up in search results, to give me consistent sales day in, day out, thanks to those green waves of sales when I sell multiple series of items that are very similar to each other in a fairly short period of time. But before we start, if you're interested in this kind of content, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so yet. It doesn't cost a thing and it's the best way to support me and this channel. Also, if you will find this video interesting, please don't forget to click that like button on your way out. It helps greatly with the YouTube algorithm. If you want to go even further, please leave a comment on hype a video. Thank you in advance. So guys, I will show you today how I make my items similar to each other to create those multiple green waves that give me consistent sales. This is how I force the algorithm to pull my items up in search results when I sell one of them. Okay? This is what algorithm does. Previous sales determine future search results. If you're new here and you want to know more about this topic, please go and watch my older videos. It's all there. Okay? These crosslinks between items, those keywords that I use over and over and over again, are making my items similar to each other, which is the most important thing to rank high in the search results. You may say that listing daily is important. Go on, no worries. I haven't listed stuff for more than a year and I'm still selling consistently. You may say strong title and good photos. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't do it either, okay? You may say free postage, free returns, next day dispatch. Yeah, I don't do any of those. And I'm still selling. On a highly saturated market, cheap ladies clothing, every single search query gives thousands upon thousands upon thousands results, but I'm selling. Why? Because I put my items in the top of search results. And eBay does it without a problem because I give algorithm a nudge. Hey, these are my items. And it says, oh yeah, they look great. I'll put them in the top of search results. Right? I will start showing you keywords so you can see how many keywords I have and how many items do they connect. At the time of checking this, there was 1,586 items in my shop. Yeah, this is the reference point. So when I will show you a keyword and it will say 500 items has this keyword, yeah, that's 500 out of 1,586. Okay, so the first keyword that you can see here is casual. Okay, as you can see, 1,400 plus items share this keyword. Okay, out of those 1,586. The more keywords you repeat in your item specifics across as many listings as you can will make those items more and more and more similar to each other, because algorithm has to somehow determine those similarities, and it does it in different ways, but the most important way is via item specifics. Okay, so why do I do it in the first place? Because since the spring of 2023, eBay algorithm creates search results based on similarity and probability. The item that has the highest chance of selling is the item that is most similar to the one that has sold in the past for the same search query. Like I've said, go and look at my older videos. If you're new here, it's all there explained. If you are able to sell one item on a certain search query, next time this query is used by another buyer, search results will be filled with similar items. If your items are similar to each other, algorithm will look no further because you've just made a sale, so you have proven yourself and algorithm trusts you that you can do it again and again and again and again because you already have done it once, okay? Hence, it will fill up search results with more and more and more of your items because they are similar to the one that you've just sold, okay? That will allow you to jump on the green wave when you sell very similar items one after another in fairly short time intervals, okay? Guys, I'm not trying to claim that I'm smarter than people who are working on this search engine. I'm only claiming that I understand it better than the vast majority of eBay sellers. The same way that I would never write a book, but I know how to read a book, and I've made an effort to do so, hence I know what's in the book, if that makes sense. Okay? Guys, it's a fairly simple method, but it works magic. But we have to have those similarities between our items, and we have to have those similar items in our shop, which means that this will work best for the fairly niched down shops. If you have 1,000 items in your shop and each and every single item is in the different category, then there will be almost impossible to use this method. Guys, I kid you not, it works. I haven't sold a pair of workwear trousers for 11 days straight. Not a single pair for 11 days straight. And then out of the blue, these 5 items have been sold between Tuesday 1 p.m. and Thursday 7 p.m. That's what? 54 hours, if I'm not mistaken. 48 plus 6. Yeah. So that's an item every 10 hours on average, okay? Or 11 hours on average, okay? And those intervals between sales have been like this. It was 18 hours between first and the second item. Then the third item came after 11 hours. Then the fourth item came after 6 hours and fifth item after 6 hours. So was this out of the blue? Of course not. Can you see how this time is shortening? The time interval is shortening. I need less and less and less time to sell the next pair. It means that it's easier for me to sell them. Yeah? Why? Because all my trousers are going up and up and up in search results with every pair that I sell. And the next search results, like a search result set that buyer sees, is more and more and more saturated with my trousers with every pair that I sell. Okay? Guys, these were 4 different brands, 3 different colors, 5 different sizes. 3 of them were plain, 1 was polka dot, 1 was plaid, okay? But they were similar enough for the algorithm to push them thanks to other words that I have used. Obviously, department women, obviously trousers, yeah, but also zip, pockets, workwear, office, smart, elegant, all seasons, and probably few more like fabric content and stuff like that. So guys, those items were similar enough for the algorithm to push them for the same search query, okay? And I expect this streak to carry on today and probably tomorrow and over the weekend as well, okay? When somebody types in a search query to the search box, okay, eBay shows them a set of search results, and when that person buys an item, this is when magic happens. This recent sale will have a fundamental influence on a future search results. Why? Because eBay assumes that when similar search is used, buyer is looking for the item that is similar to the one that has just sold in the past, recently. When people are looking for jeans, yeah, say particular brand of jeans, and most of them, eBay serves them results, and most of them is buying red color jeans, and one of them is buying red, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth person is buying red, yeah, the next search results will be filled up with more and more and more red color jeans, because eBay algorithm thinks, okay, red is selling, so we need to show more red. This is why I say that previous transactions have a fundamental influence on future search results. Okay? And to build those future search results, eBay looks at what is selling and somehow has to determine which items are similar to the ones that have previously sold, to show them in the future search results for the same query. And to do this, it uses mostly item specifics. Okay? So to boost your items in future search results, we need to make them similar to those that have sold recently. This can only be done by filling item specifics up to the brim. I mean, this is the easiest way, okay? If we fill those item specifics up to the brim, counting on the fact that we will have a lot of item specifics that matching those that sold item had, okay? This is the first part of the process. We need to hijack somebody else's sale, yeah? So somebody sells an item and we have items that are similar to the one that has sold, okay? We need to do so. We need to have as many typical item specifics as we can fit into that item. Keywords that a lot of people use, because those keywords will make our item similar to items that other people sell, okay? On the other hand, we need to add some obsolete keywords as well. That's the second part of the process. These obsolete keywords that nobody else uses, yeah? We need them across as many items as we possibly can fit them to. And these keywords, these obsolete keywords, will make our items similar to each other and slightly different than other people's items, okay? And this is what you can see on those slides on the bottom of the screen. These obsolete keywords, in turn, will create a situation when after you sell one item, yeah, eBay looks for more similar items for the next search query, okay? And these will be yours, okay? Algorithm will not go further afield to look for similar items. It will look at your items and find them similar to the one that you have just sold. Yeah, and every sale you make will push your items higher and higher and higher in search results and put more and more and more of your items in that search results, provided that you carry on selling, because selling is the most important part of eBay today. Okay, by selling on regular basis, you keep pushing your own items higher and higher and higher in search results because they are similar to the one that has just sold, and because your items are higher and higher and higher in search results, selling next item is easier and easier and easier and easier. Okay, and that is kind of a self-propelling machine, and it gives you those streaks of sales of very similar items. The more item specifics we have in our listing, the better, because they give us the biggest similarity. Yeah, with one very important caveat: they have to be at least vaguely, they have to at least vaguely match your item, because they have to be relevant, because you don't want to spam. You don't want to put Disney for a plain t-shirt without Disney graphic, okay? Or you don't want to put elasticated waist to the trousers that don't have elasticated waist, because one, you open yourself for the restrictions from eBay for keyword spamming, and B or two, you open yourself for item not as described returns, because if you will put elastic waist into your listings and there is no elastic waist, then buyer will say, I want to return this item for free because it doesn't have elastic waist. So keep that in your mind. Okay? Obviously, the higher the number of items where we can repeat this particular keyword, the better, because the more items will share it, making the more items similar to each other. That's why I'm showing you this. Okay? But I would use any keyword that I can put in, even if I can't repeat it many times. At least it gives me a chance to hijack a sale here and there and everywhere, and maybe in time I will find more and more items that I can use that keyword as well, making another group of items that are similar to each other, but by using keyword whatever. Okay? The small trick that you can use while doing it is, the more obvious the keyword is, the better, because people will not put it in, because everybody knows that, because all those kind of items have it, or everybody can see it on the photo. There is no point to put it in. Fine? Okay, that's what we want to use. The less people uses the keyword, the better for us. Everybody knows that remote controllers are battery operated. So what? Put it in. Everybody knows that this particular item is safe for microwave use. Everybody knows that. So what? Put it in. Everybody can see that those shoes have shoelaces, so I don't have to put it in. No. Put it in. It still describes your item. And this is what eBay wants from you, to describe your item. You are describing your items as best as you can, okay? eBay will never punish you for too many keywords, provided that they are relevant, okay? If you put shoelaces for the shoe that doesn't have shoelaces, then it's wrong, then it's bad. But if the shoe has shoelaces, if you put shoelaces, eBay will have no problem with it. Okay? And that's what we are doing here with those keywords that I keep showing you. Okay? We are artificially forcing algorithm to consider our items similar to the one that has just sold. Okay? Obviously, a part of the keywords that I'm showing you, there are more keywords. I sell ladies' clothing, so we have things like department women, and also words like skirt, trousers, dress, jacket, and stuff like that, and colors and brands and things like that. These will also play a part in the process of making items similar to each other. I had streaks when I have sold like a dozen of Bon Marche skirts in like a week because they were all Bon Marche and they were all skirts. Okay, I didn't need many more similarities because these were very important, because it was literally the same item only with a different color or different pattern. Okay, one more thing that I need to tell you: when something sells, eBay does not only update this particular search query, but it also updates other similar queries. So when you sell next jeans size 14, it will also update next jeans size 16, 18, 20, 22, etc. Okay? It is common for me to have a green wave, for example, on skirts, and then that green wave spills out into dresses or into trousers, because for example, I had a green wave on workwear skirts and it spills into workwear trousers that are similar. For example, the brand and color is similar to those to those skirts. Okay, because eBay updates those similar search queries based on the sale on slightly different search query. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, and somebody may say, hey man, but it's a lot of typing those keywords into those item specifics. It takes a long time. Your listing process must be awfully slow. No, it isn't actually. Not counting taking photos, just listing on a PC, it takes me like maximum 3 minutes. I've got videos on how I do it. Basically, I use pre-filled templates where all those item specifics are already in, and all I need to do is untick those that don't apply to this particular item. And it's way much faster than actually typing in those that apply. Okay, and job done. Yeah. And some people say eBay doesn't tell us what we should do, what they expect from us. eBay is opaque, it's not transparent, it's broken, vicious, and bad to the bone. Really? Is it? In spring 2023, eBay has told us that the search algorithm has changed. And what has changed in it as well? They have told us that the new search engine is called Approximate Nearest Neighbor Vector Similarity Matching Engine. The clue is in the bloody name. It's not about looking for an item that perfectly matches the search query by comparing the keywords in a query to keywords in the title. It's about showing a group of items that are approximate neighbors. What approximate neighbor is? Something that is vaguely similar. Yeah? It's in the same neighborhood, basically. Similar to what? If you dig deeper, you will understand that it's similar to the item that it has just sold. It's all there. eBay has given us that information. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video interesting. If you have, Please don't forget to click that like button on your way out. If you wish to support the channel further and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about it? And yeah, have a great day. I'll see you next time. God bless you all and bye bye.